for the side of the Bandits, it is going to be Caba coming up next.
So yeah, I'm very interested in it. I think Juri's got some tools where players just like to throw projectiles at as well, like the Renko kicks, the heavy kick as well. It has enough range to really disrupt people trying to get comfortable in that range just outside of where people usually throw normals and start throwing projectiles. So we're going to see if that's what Nephew is going to be looking for, or if Caba tries to play a bit differently, right? Caba definitely has so many different levels and tempos that he's comfortable at playing at. So maybe he doesn't just kind of sit back. Maybe he wants to get in Nephew's grill a little bit more than we're used to.
We'll see if that's going to be the case, right? I feel like there's going to be that introductory phase where the Sonic Booms can prevail against Juri to kind of like force both Nephew's like drive gauge to see if he's going to perfect parry things, if it's going to force maybe like a drive rush out of Nephew, or even get him set up in the air, right? Because there are ways for Juri to kind of snipe out a misplaced Sonic Boom with that dive kick. Yeah. So we'll see how the ground game is pretty much set up by Caba first and foremost, and if Nephew's going to be able to inch his way to start swinging.
Yeah, exactly, right. And how much will Nephew look to kind of nullify Sonic Booms with Fuha, right? Try to get the stocks up early, maybe force a big roundhouse Fuha to just get in from a distance where Guile likes to throw Sonic Booms. It's another option she has. In addition to the dive kick, I like that you noted, right? And Nephew is so good at using that dive kick. Obviously very punishable on block, but he's just so precise as like a sniper with it. A lot of the time, I rarely see him get it blocked. Usually the only time is when he like bets on a like throw attempt from the opponent and he wakes up with a jump medium into the dive kick, and sometimes the jump medium gets blocked. But more often than not, he's correct with that as well.
Yeah, so we'll see how that's going to be set up momentarily. Again, Caba, he was the one that was up, I feel like, in the very beginning. By the way, your memory is pretty godlike in regards to who was facing off against who in the first half. I have to pull up my phone and look up Wikipedia every single time. But yeah, I mean, Caba, he was the one that fell short to Riddles. Now he has the positioning to actually get himself, or at least the team, into like a tiebreaker, not a tiebreaker scenario, or for at least like 30 points. But we'll see if Nephew manages to take it. That could be a pretty good upswing starting things off in the second half, where you have a potential 40.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, it felt like it kind of started similarly last time, right, where we saw FlyQuest go out to a lead early, and then it was really up to that second position in the Bandit squad to force that final anchor match to be the deciding factor, which we got with Mena and Punk. Of course, Caba was in that point position last time. Now he's going to be the one that's trying to kind of link to Mena RD to really solidify their chance at a victory here and avoid a tiebreaker match. Because obviously, if FlyQuest wins again here, then we're going to get a tiebreaker match. If Mena just happens to be Punk, obviously FlyQuest will be up for a 40 bomb as well in that scenario if it happens.
I'm terrified for like the actual extra match between like Riddles and Chris T, because Chris T has been unstoppable in that clutch extra match spot, and especially with like him going back to Japan and also just I feel like taking down World Warrior, he has been reinventing his game, reinventing his playstyle while still maintaining the fundamental footsies that he's always had out the gate. So we'll get there when we get there potentially, but I really hope not, because Chris T is looking scary.
Yeah, I had the privilege to call his World Warrior victory where he qualified for Capcom Cup. If I recall correctly, yeah, definitely big ups to Chris for qualifying. And if I recall correctly, I believe this is his first Capcom Cup appearance since 2018. So yeah, it's been like a seven-year stretch between Capcom Cups for Chris T, right? So you gotta imagine all of the momentum is on his side, but of course we'll see if we get to that extra position. Right now, Nephew and Caba. Nephew was also part of that World Warrior, just fell short to Chris T in that grand finals. So obviously, you know, he's got to be trying to look to bounce back from that and get to Japan some way, somehow. And SFL is one of the primary ways to do it.
Tell you what, little side note, I hope my man Chris T has a lot of PTO ready, because that's
that's an extended trip.
I'm almost certain that dude is a teacher. If he hasn't changed occupations yet, my man's got to get like a substitute real quick, because he should have called it as soon as he qualified, honestly.
Yeah. Because you're going to need the extended sub, brother.
Yeah, man. Most definitely. Shout out to all the teachers, by the way.
Shout out to all the teachers, all the people out there making sure the future generations get educated properly. Also, one of my favorite shows on television right now is Abbott Elementary. So.
Right on. Yeah, you did mention that before. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Anytime I get to talk about Abbott, I'm ready to do it. But yeah, man, this is going to be a good one. Both players getting settled in. It looks like the button checks are done. The daps are here. It's going to be Nephew representing FlyQuest and Team Liquid going up against Bandits Caba. See if Bandits can put 10 on the board and make that anchor battle the deciding factor. Let's get it.
We got that extra cost of the Espa coming in from Nephew. Oh, that was the biggest question right there. Being able to perfect parry against the Sonic Boom is a big opener, defensive opener from the side of Nephew, which is not a common thing to say, right? Like, this is actually something that you have to keep note of when it comes to fighting off against Guile, is being able to perfectly call out the Sonic boom pressure.
Yeah, and Caba, he went with a light boom right there. That's the only boom that hasn't gotten perfect parried. Every other like faster boom, Nephew is just completely perfect parried. Then that one is also blocked. But yeah, Nephew's perfect parry prowess is some of the best in the business. We're gonna keep an eye on that as the smash progresses. Nice check on the drive rush attempt.
You're starting to notice when Nephew actually decides to go in. There was a moment where Caba was jostling back and forth, right? That's gonna be the biggest indicator for Nephew to move on in. The drive impact has a meaty more than enough damage because he's got all of the drive gauge left to finish out that combo. But yeah, Nephew sniping out the movement against Caba. You see the corner control and you see that first round.
Yeah, I love the fact that Nephew, he has these perfect parries in mind. Even if Caba's gonna do it right, he made sure to do that stand medium kick first hits 5 frames. Really just stuff that gap that was left after the perfect parry. But right now, both players jockeying for position. There it is again. Perfect parry on the projectile and does successfully check this time.
Yeah, you weren't kidding about that initial like projectile war coming in from both ends to see like how the other's gonna perfect parry. But it's been pretty almost even in regards to like what Caba's done against the projectiles. And I say this, and he gets opened up with the overhead. This is the scariest part. Juri up close, the potential plus frames, the potential overhead of a drive rush. Caba's been getting hit with everything so far.
Yeah, good discipline from him though in the corner because Nephew did try to bait something out twice. Did not give it to him. Oh, the perfect parry! He just waited this time because Caba had been so consistent at perfect parrying the projectile, then checking the drive rush after. He just waited and whiff punished the check. That was so sick from Nephew.
And that was so fast. That was in between rounds that he made that decision and made that read. That is so impressive. My man's got the calculator embedded into his brain. He's got a different type of processor going into the second half. That was amazing.
You see here, bro, Team Liquid. They only got the best processors in the business. You see the little alien sitting there on his shoulder? My goodness, bro. Yeah, that was incredible adjustment. And like the speed at which he changed up some of the strats as well. Really, really impressive from Nephew. And obviously, Caba's going to take some time here, right? Because Bandits is already down 10. So they're looking to prevent Mena going into a position where his match means just a tie. It doesn't mean a whole victory, right?
Right, and that's a pretty significant one. But as many points as you could accumulate, even if the tie does happen, like as many points as you can get leading up to the playoffs is super important.
Yeah.
And Puckett mentioned it. As long as they make it into playoffs, as long as you give them a chance to win, they're going to take it.
Yeah, I really love that mindset, too. We got to talk about that in a little bit. But game 2 right now, Caba looking to bounce back. Oh, my goodness. I was going to say, he got lucky that the 99-second jump in didn't clip him, but he got shimmied afterwards anyway.
I definitely would have tried to throw also. I don't blame Caba for that one.
Yeah.
But Sonic cost to move on in. A couple of hits. Nothing too impactful just yet.
Yeah, that's the thing for Juri, right? Oh, and then the snipe of the dive kick that you talked about.
That was a preemptive jump from the side of Nephew. Didn't manage to catch the Sonic boom on the way out. OD flash kick to check. He was maintaining his charge. Well done from Caba.
Now, oh man, the drive situation is so low on both sides. The step kick is huge. Now Caba's going to be real comfortable just playing back, making Nephew come to him, but again, a dive kick. Snipes out the timing great. Backdash gets thrown anyway. Oh, he tried the backdash and get away with the horizontal range on flash kick.
I couldn't imagine what he was anticipating off of that back dash from the side of Nephew, right? Caba, good wherewithal to spend the last of that drive gauge and take that risk. Oh, the delay, and he still got the throw. Caba wasn't ready for it. Great block on the overhead, though. Oof.
Nephew, oh, we get the wake up super right there. Nephew really does love doing the delay off the driver's cancel when he does it from Fierce, right, to bait out a reversal. And then the throw tech, if it's delayed, usually he gets the meter because the person will throw before him.
That's right. Damn, that's actually bars.
Yeah, it's a B strat. Nephew is the one that I see do it the most.
Now, how do you keep Nephew away? How do you get your readjustment for the side of Caba, right? He's been stuck in this corner. He tried to throw out an anti-air. He tried to get in position, but that crouch fear is just a little bit too much startup on that normal frame data wise. Nephew being able to clear out. Looking at match point already.
Man, that's real quick. Beside FlyQuest. Wow, the drive rush though. Shut down by the flash kick. Caba, you saw him parking with that down back to start the match.
Man, heard that priority space.
Oh. Caba's doing a good job not getting caught flinching a lot of this match so far, but oh, and again, right? Just waiting right outside that range of the normal.
Back-to-back throws. The first time we're going to see Caba in control on the west side of this corner. We get the solid puncher coming on in. How do you drain the rest of this drive gauge?
My goodness, all of it.
Mission accomplished.
It's completely deleted here. Nephew's got plenty of meter to fight back with, though.
Might not see a drive impact. Maybe we will, actually, to force Nephew to spend bar. Caba was in a good position to do it, but now I don't feel like he's going to be as confident to do it. Now we're going to get the dump out, level 1. Maybe not, actually.
Oh, he does use it. It's not quite enough to kill off Nephew, though. He did put himself in burnout. He does have 1 bar, though. it's not like he's going to get checkmated and just lets the Sonic Boom do the heavy lifting. Walks out and catches Nephew, finally standing up.
I love that. The patience coming in from Caba. Dishing out as much damage as he can, letting the level 1 rock in that fashion. Not going for a solid puncher to continue on the combo or force to the corner, because if he manages to lose all that momentum, he would have been so dry. He would have been burnt out, had 0 bars to him, whereas Juri locked and loaded.
Yeah, I really like the confidence. Oh, from Caba, but right now Nephew checking. I'm going to get the throw as well. Juri's the throw pushed you so far to the corner.
Oof. Yeah, he was waiting for that air approach. Do about this though, Nephew trying to keep Caba contained.
Force the issue now.
I'm like that.
Yeah, he wasn't doing a lot of flash kicks at the beginning of the set, right? So, he started to bust him out a little bit more now. I think that's why he's been so successful. But Nephew, it's a huge open up.
He's in range for a throw, dashes up. There is the break, but he still jumped preemptively against Caba's Sonic Boom. Match point yet again. These jump-ins have been scoring some really big openers for Nephew thus far.
Wow, man, he put the E-break on that one, just outside the range of that step kick. Beautiful blocks in the overhead as well. Nephew's reactions are ridiculous.
You get the break. Caba setting up the OD, trying to establish pacing, and he does so again. Speaking of E-breaks, my man was holding back as soon as the drive rush was let out. Medium kick, anti-air.
Interesting, yeah. It felt like a kind of a response to the dive kicks that Nephew has been showing. He didn't do it that time, but nonetheless.
He's parked.
He is, bruh.
Touch snaps, put in a button, right up to the lights, just mistiming.
Oh, and then too far for the crouch strong. Now we're scrambling a little bit. Whoa! The air-to-air neutral jump light kick, whether that was flash kick or not, doesn't matter.
Jesus.
Nephew coming in high, using the level 1.
That was a Happy Meal flash kick.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too far!
Oh, no! Oh, because of a missed space, a missed time on the throw. Caba's going to be able to tie this one, and we're going to a final round between these two.
I wonder if it was a mix of both. I mean, it felt like it was rather early.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
He was within range to hit that throw.
Yeah.
So I think you were right on both.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah! Look at that level 1. You can let the flash kick rock off of the punish counter. We want that damage. And also damage to the drive gauge as well. What a jump over. Feng Shui time.
Indeed, right. You talked about how Nephew's jumps have been really working that time, catching a big upside down kick. Oh, parrying it up. That was smart from Nephew, or excuse me, Caba. Oh, yes, they recovered in time to get the throw tech on the ground here. Tosses him out of the overhead, though. This is huge. Caba has the corner now, keeping her locked in there as well.
Jump back medium just in case as well. As he went air to air, Nephew got to inch his way forward yet again. Caba sets up the shield. He sets up a lot of the Sonic moves on top of that.
Oh, I love this. Going into solid puncher again. Nephew, yeah, he's got to spin the drive reversal. Even then, though, it was the baby boom allowed him to recover in time. DI as well. Caba ties this set up for Bandits.
What a rebuttal in comparison to the first game. My man had set out so much, I want to say, like, not just the Sonic Boom game, but he was really using his drive gauge perfectly. Whether it's a reversal, whether it's OD booms, him using the flash kicks a lot more was so much more effective as the set progressed.
Yeah, exactly right. And we saw in that very first game, even though Nephew won, there was a couple of times where he baited out, or he tried to bait out a flash kick, and they never came, right? So that's going to encourage him to just go with his meaty pressure as the set proceeds. And that was really where we saw Caba just start landing all his reversals time and time again. And yeah, another great point that you brought up was the fact that he was so keen on attacking that drive meter, right? Like every time he got a chance to install solid puncher to the level 2 and drain the rest of the drive gauge, he did. Nephew was forced to drive reversal in that last instance. He was going to use his drive meter and get DI'd in the corner if he didn't do that. So that was just incredible awareness from Caba again.
It makes so much sense now why he has SPM on the back of his jersey, right? Solid punching machine. My man's trying to go in to install as much as possible. And it's smart too, right? Like if there's going to be a situation where you can get that drainage going to prevent him from drive rushing on in, because we got to admit, drive rush on Juri is going to be such a problem if you let her rock with it. So Caba, he understood the mission, right? Any sort of big opener he gets for damage, he'll take that. Any opener he gets off a block to go into solid puncher to drain the drive gauge, he will do that. And it led to this exact moment. Going into burnout himself, absolutely well worth it.